As promised, I wanted to talk about large format photography, and today we're going to go a little bit further in depth and we're going to talk about the different various parts and pieces apart from the camera that one needs to be able to make that work. And so I wanted to start out talking for a short amount of time about different types of little pieces. Number one, and I think that's probably the most important part, film. You can get several types of film. This just happens to be an X-ray film. It's probably one of the cheapest option for just to get into large format photography. You can spend lots of money and get nicer stuff. You can buy regular Ilford or Fuji film to make it work. What's the difference? Why spend more? Spending more on film is probably a good thing after you're certain that you have something that you want, or you've determined your style, because of the sharpness factor, because of the quality of the final image. And I just think that there's a lot more depth and quality, and so it looks better at the end, the final results, for printing purposes, for stuff like that. But for starting out sake, you could definitely use X-ray film, but there's one problem with X-ray film. It normally comes in sizes that are a little bit too big for what we happen to be using, which is 4x5. This here is a 4x5 film holder. It's pretty common. It's probably one of the most common sizes of large format film. I think that this is something that, anybody that's going to start out is probably going to start working in this. All right, so that being said, how do you get this into this? Well, what we do is we get a thing called the dark bag, which basically is a fun shirt with no head hole. It has two little arm spots and it has a bottom. It's double thickness. And so it has two zippers on the inside. What can we use this for? Well, this is light safe. It's not going to let light come in. So what can we do? We need to always try and think about light safe equipment. You have several different types that you're going to need. Well, these are obviously our light safe. And the dark bag is a light safe equipment. Other light safe equipment would be this, which is just a great, cool little light safe film tank. This is for developing. We'll use it later. Yeah, so talking about equipment, I want to show you how to cut the film. So say that I have the film. This is a pre-used shot. So it's inside this, and inside this box there's a small little black bag. It's very important not to take the lid off of this unless you happen to have it in the bag. So that's what we're going to do. We stick it inside this bag, making sure that we're on the inside of the two parts. We just zip it up. Zip it up. Try and we zip up the other side. But wait, how are we going to cut that film? We use this awesome little toy here. It's just a little razor blade on a table, a little mat, and this helps us to be able to accurately cut that. So we throw that in the bag as well. Throw that in the bag, and that's in the bag. Great. And another thing, let's say that we might want to actually take a picture with it, so we probably want to store it into a light holder. So we'll throw that in the bag. Now, we want to try and be pretty organized while we do this. So we want to put the things where they go, each part on its own. You can put more of these in there, just depending on how much cutting of the film you want to do and how, where, and why you want to, how much you stick in there, okay? So we zip that all up. Make sure that we don't get anything tangled up in there. We turn it around and get it facing us, and so the arm sleeves are towards us. And then we need to use one other thing. You see, our fingers have some oils on it, and those oils can leave marks on the film, and that won't let things work very good. So we use some vinyl gloves. They're really cheap. You can just get them pretty much anywhere. Vinyl gloves, those definitely are helpful. We put the vinyl gloves on. We take that and we stick our fingers and our hands into the bag. Once we're inside, then we're able to cut that film, get things working, move around inside, and just we try to keep things in order so that we move from one side to the other to get it all to work, okay? Now, that being said, I want to show you quickly how you load the film in a place where you can actually see it. So, I will open up this. Once we have everything, you might be asking, well, how do I know how to get the sizing cut properly? How do I cut that like it's supposed to be? Well, it's pretty simple. What I do is I take the inside, there are these, on this mat, there are these little lines. So I mark out some lines that I can feel. And so once I have a little piece of tape on there, then I can feel where that goes. And then I know where I need to cut. And so then I can just cut through and I can do it all by touch. Not a big deal. Let's say that I now have that cut. So it's cut, it's on the inside. What do? Well, I set it on top of something with the gloves on. And then I grab my film holder. What do? I open these little handy dandy little top spots. These top little holding things keep things safe and they keep you organized. Try to always use them. So this is the dark slide. We like to have that there. So we just open this up on the inside, set the dark slide down. I turn it over and then I move my hand around like this and I hold that. And then I grab the film that I just cut and I slide it into the film holder. Once I have that in there, then I fold that up. I turn it and now I have the dark slide in the spot to fit in. Once I have it in there, this is very important. Once I have it in there, I want to turn up the little tab so that it stays shut. That will also remind me which side I've already worked on and which side I haven't, because now I'm going to set this down and cut a second piece of film. Once I've cut the second piece of film, I'm just going to repeat the process. Once I have that taken care of, then I will open it out and I pull it all out, and then I will have this ready to go and take a shot. Well, that was pretty simple, right? Next time I will talk about how to actually take a picture, how to focus with the large format camera, how to just take care of some small details that one might need to be able to do that, and I will answer any questions. So if you have questions and you would like to ask, you can just send me a quick little Facebook thing and we can answer your questions for the next video. Great, thank you.